Well, hi guys. So today we are joined by Amy, who works for Visy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Rebecca.
So first off, who are Visy? Can you give us all a bit of a snapshot? What is it that you guys do?
Sure. Visy is one of Australia's largest family-owned businesses. We are a packaging and resource recovery business that operate in a closed loop. So, for example, our recycling division would come and pick up all of your rubbish from the curbside, deliver it into one of our material recovery facilities, quite a mouthful, and then we would sort that. The plastics would go to our plastics business, some may go to other spaces, and then all of the fibre, so the cardboard, the paper, that would be packaged up and delivered into our paper mills. The paper mills then make big rolls of paper. Some of that paper goes to customers. Other parts of that paper go into our cardboard business where we make boxes and what have you. And that operates in a closed loop. In the plastic side of the business, we make things like food plastics, so like fruit cups and those sorts of things. Food can businesses, so your soft drinks, your beers, those sorts of things in cans. We make bottles, including glass bottles, all sorts of packaging materials, but we operate our own logistics business to move all of our products around, as well as customers' products around, both within Australia and globally. So lots of different things within the Visy Industries business, I guess.
Wow, so that is amazing. So if there are students out there who are listening right now that want to work for the most environmentally friendly and sustainable business, this is it by the sounds of this.
Absolutely. If you want a career with some great social purpose, I would definitely say come and have a chat to us. There are lots of different career paths that we have to offer within those spaces. You don't need to be an environmental scientist or anything along those lines. We have the scope for many different jobs, from engineers to people in media. We have lawyers, all sorts of subject matter experts. There are room for a whole range of skill sets, and you'd be surprised how many skill sets are transferable into different jobs as well. So it's definitely worth having a chat to us about what you might like to do in the future.
Absolutely. And also, is there many entry-level roles? So for those students who don't want to go on to further education after year 12, can we jump straight into Visy straight out of high school as well?
Absolutely, you can. And it really is just about finding an area of interest to you. We have so many different options. You don't need to have a degree. You don't need to be to have a trade. Lots of different options. You could be working in a sales area, you could be working in a marketing area. There are lots of different roles where we skill you up. Here, you might join Visy and decide that you want to start completing a trade or you would like to do a degree. The world's your oyster in here. We're about 7,000 people strong. So lots of different avenues for you to grow. And when you look at our business, you will find a lot of us have been with the business quite a long time. And have had multiple different careers across multiple different business units. So a lot of place to grow from the very entry level, and also starting from the top if that's what you want to do.
Amazing. It sounds so cool. And you also mentioned that it's a global business. Are you talking Pratt Industries over in the US? Is that your sort of sister company over there, or is Visy over there if you wanted to move to the States maybe one day?
Well, Pratt is a sister business, so we do have bits and pieces to do with them, but not a lot. We have our own logistics division over there, but we also have businesses throughout Asia, so Singapore, China, Vietnam, Thailand. We have trading offices in Europe. So really there's a bit of everything depending on where you might like to go, but certainly the bulk of our operations are in Australia and New Zealand.
So what do you love most about working for Visy? What makes it so special? Like, why would you say to students out there, it's the greatest place on earth to work?
one of the really big benefits of being a family business is your access to capital and the very minimal amounts of bureaucracy. So if you can build a business case about a new business that you want to grow, or an acquisition that you think would suit and add value, then those decisions here are made really quickly. You don't need to jump through the same levels of hoops. It doesn't take that much time. At any given time, we would have a number of acquisitions on the go, or we're building new factories. So there's always a really positive growth story. And with that means there's great opportunities for career growth as well. So I would certainly say the fact that it is always a changing environment, a growth environment, means that people are generally always feeling pretty positive about their career trajectories over here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no time to get bored. Like, it's nice to be somewhere that's fast paced and things don't drag on for months on end. And, it's like, oh, I'm over that idea now, like it's nice to work with somewhere that there's always something happening. So could you explain to us what type of work you might undertake at a Visy site? Explain to us, what's it like there?
Sure. Well, look, I guess it depends on which business unit you're in. In our primary packaging business, which means anything that has direct contact with a product, which could be a food can, a beverage can, it could be food plastics, or it could be glass. And you would have engineers in those businesses, analytical people working with automation. You could have lawyers, marketers, and you'll touch a whole range of different things with any business unit. And there are so many of them here with really quite different products. It would be very different, for example, if you're working in a glass business in a glass furnace. Again, whilst you might have the very similar skill sets, the types of products and things or problems that you're solving is very different. Or a paper mill where you're really looking at different aspects of sustainability, say more so on water usage, or a greater energy focus. Or you could be in head office where, for example, like me, you could be looking after a people function or contributing to one of the support functions in a completely different way to, say, a more hands-on role. So there really is a bit of everything, and it changes day to day in every role on every site in every business.
Cool. And then you said there's logistics too. So explain to us a bit about the logistics side. So is that you've got your own trucks and fleet?
Absolutely, we do. And we have a growing fleet, naturally, with a growing business. So we have metro trucks, which essentially get us drive around the cities. We have line haul trucks, which obviously do the longer haul work. We do a lot of freight forwarding work and shipping and what have you overseas. We run warehouses, and we also run warehouses with a lot of what we call AGVs. We have a lot of robotics and automation and those sorts of things as well. So it's quite a diverse business, our logistics business, and that business operates across all of our functions globally and looks after different customers outside of Visy too.
Wow, it's enormous, isn't it? And I guess a lot of people like me and definitely high school students out there would not know the enormity of this business and how cool it would be to work for. Now, in terms of diversity, what does diversity mean for Visy? What sort of people are you trying to attract?
Look, like any business, I guess we're wanting to make sure that the people within our business are a reflection of the community that we work in, to make sure that we can understand the problems that they're looking to solve. So diversity for us is diversity of experience. It's diversity around any of our demographics, around age, gender, nationality, all of those things. It really is, and I can't emphasise enough how important it is to make sure that the diversity in our business does reflect the communities within which we work, and that our customers operate in as well. And I think it's pretty well known that the more diverse your business, the better your decision making. So you definitely will find a lot of diversity when you join Visy.
Yeah, 100%. Now, what sort of skills and personal attributes are Visy looking to employ? We've got high school students out there who are obviously still at school. What sort of skills, person attributes, things can I guess they be sort of upskilling to get them, through the door once they finish high school? What sort of, things are you looking for?
Sure. I guess the first thing that we are always looking for is an inquisitiveness and a want to learn, a want to explore. I think, skills like collaboration are really important, listening skills, certainly influencing skills, communication skills, and analytical skills. If you have those sorts of, skills and attributes, we can help you find the right place within our business, and we can give you the skill sets and help train you from there. It really is that want to learn and that ability to work well and have some fun along the way. We all spend a lot of time at work, so you really do want to make sure that you're working in a workplace that is enjoyable to be at, right? That has some purpose, so that when you go home at the end of the day that you're proud of what you've done and you've had a good time doing it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what's the work culture like?
Look, it's a lot of fun. We do work very hard here, so having a great work ethic really helps. And so it's really important that you love what you do. We like to be always at the cutting edge of what we do. So that curiosity, and we have people that travel all around the world to have a look at what's best practice, how can we adapt that to be even better. It is an exciting place to be. You want to be really open-minded. There's a real sense of teamwork and camaraderie and purpose, because everything we do is about sustainability, right? And making sure that whatever we do is best practice to make sure that we're not contributing to the issues around the globe from an environmental perspective, that we're at the forefront of trying to meet our customers' needs, but also not damaging and assisting the planet with some positive impact.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what would you say the future of work looks like for Visy and for the whole recycling side of things? Like, I guess you mentioned robotics and automation. Do you think we're going to be seeing more of this?
Absolutely. I think we'll continue to see innovation being at the forefront. We're always trying to take away the more menial or administrative work, so that we can free our people up to do things that add more value, to make sure that we're upskilling, so that we can focus on getting better on what we do every day. And you'll see a lot of talk about lean and lean manufacturing, and again, that is about taking away waste, but waste also in the way that we do things. So where there are highly repetitive tasks, we will look to see if we can build robots to take those repetitive tasks away and have our people focusing perhaps on more analytical or innovative type work. So I think you'll see people doing more interesting work in the future, and less of the mundane.
Yeah, cool. And now just finally, what advice would you give your former high school self?
Do what you love doing. You're at work for a really long time. The days can be long, but if you love what you do and you genuinely have a passion, you will always be at the forefront of what you do, and you'll be having a good time. Life is too short to pursue something that you're not passionate about. I would absolutely want to reinforce that to myself or anyone still at school in terms of thinking about what they do next.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Amy. It was really, really cool to hear about Visy Industries, and I hope we've inspired more young Australians out there to consider them after they finish high school. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca.